All right. Fucking live. What's going on, guys? Let's see. Fix this shit. Yo. All right. Oh, Jesus. What a fucking week. You know, if you guys been paying attention, special guests come later. Was going to just do a nice, simple recap show. But man, this dude's pissing me off. Yeah, I think y'all know who it is. Goes by the name of Zohar. So when this shit started, I'll give you guys a recap. Everything was going down, la-di-da-di-da. So I tried to do this whole kumbaya shit. Like, you know, white people beefing shit. And I end up getting hit up by John Galante. And he was just like, yeah, unblock Zohar, you know, this and this and that. And I'm like, all right, I'll give this guy one chance, right? So I befriended him, you know, the whole enemy of my enemy bit, right? We all been there. What's up, brother? And started off okay. And I, you know, my guard is up. So we initiate eventually by being, I was making my videos and I got hit up by Justin. We all know the story. I've said this before. And we got into the chat and things went Ari. Then to come to find out when I was looking back on the chat, who was the one trolling? Zohar. Either way, we move forward. And I did a video praising this dude, right? Like, oh, you know, he seems to be all right guy, et cetera, et cetera. Then I get hit up. Like, hey, watch your back. You know, this guy is not really on the up and up, as you said. So I was like, nah, you know, I don't think he'll do that to me. So I did a test. And he was trolling Corner Cade's wife, you know, jugs and shit. And, you know, I made a simple comment, which was, hey, man, you know, I know you don't want to be perceived as, well, I said some in the lights of like, be careful around her, you know, because you don't want it to appear that you're actually bullying her, right? She don't have nothing to do with these boy drama shit, right? And so he hits me up in private chat and he's like, really? I don't tell you what to say. Don't tell me what to say. Right? And I'm like, look, man, like, I'm not telling you what to say. I'm just saying, be careful. Like, you don't want, like, I'm being a friend, right? Saying, you know, hey, like, you don't want it to appear as if you're, instead of actual being comedy, you bullying somebody, right? And he messages me, fuck that big titty bitch. Fuck Danny. I'm like, Jesus, dude. And it started from there. That's how it all started, guys. So so today, this is the fucking roast of Zohar.
I've been honored by the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, John D. He commented on one of my troll videos. Now, if you don't know my style by now, what I do is I observe the community and I just troll, I parody the hell out of it. So this is pretty cool. I've been graced, I've been honored by the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, John D. He commented on one of my troll videos. Now, if you don't know my style by now, what I do is I observe the community and I just troll, I parody the hell out of it.
Yes, excuse me. I'm going to pick up some more audio and video. Like I said, get your popcorn, get your fucking tea. Because I am not done with this dude. So then as it goes on, let me tell you some more factoids. I'm getting out of this bullshit, right? Trying to, do channel growth, shit like that. So I make an at games video, right? For the pinball, the 4K. Right. And out of the blue, this Gary guy, I ain't spoke to him since I reached out to him about Sheline. And the reason I originally reached out to him was because I see a black dude, brother, and I'm like, everyone's ganging up on this dude. Let me reach out and let him know that whatever he thinks he knows may or may not be the truth. Because at the time I thought she was sister, right? And I was just like, hey man, I think you're being fed some bullshit. I had two people that I asked. I said, let me present you two names of two people that may be misfeeding you information. One was Steps Gaming. The other one was Zohar. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm not gonna give up my sources. And da 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 da. And then the next day, UAG hits me up laughing, and he goes, "Is this you?" I was like, I look at this video, and it's a doxing video on Gary. And I'm like, no, but I wish it was, And the style, it had a lot of similarities to my actual other account, which was Pisswater Games. And I'm like, I already know who it is. It's Zohar, because he's emulating Pisswater Games, because he already knows who Pisswater Games is, because I was talking to his boys and his boys done told him, right? So this guy thinks and believes Zohar that I'm using some troll account to troll him. Like, I don't even know who the fuck he is. I could give a fuck less who you are, dude. You got to be the most daft individual to believe a narcissist with 10 actual verifiable troll accounts. And you got played again. Like, I'm not understanding where your head's at, man. Right? You got the link in your chat if you ever want to come through. Let's see here. I'm pulling up the other stuff because, like I said, it's T-dropping time. So if y'all want to stick around for this, it's coming. So as this is happening, he's sending out videos saying, I've been fired, or you called my job, and da-da-da-da. Nope, haven't. But now you're pissing me off, So I do a fact check. I do call his job. And that's that video you guys see where she's still on the, all right, drive safe, where he's still on the job. I'm like, this bitch going around trying to make people believe I actually had I called his job. So then he goes on to make statements, Zohar, oh, you don't know what it's like having a job anyways, knowing that I'm a retired service veteran, right? And then this is where I'm done, right? He goes on to say something about he's jobless or some shit, and that how about I call CPS? Mind you, this guy is supposed to be a doctor, right? And he's already abused his privileges with Sheline, okay? Because he basically got her comfortable. I'm a doctor, da-da-da-da. Now he's trying to use the same shit, even though there's no way he can do it. You know what I mean? But that veiled threat, nah, man, you hit the red line. So as of yesterday, Mensa, I emailed his fucking job, and I dropped all the fucking tea. All the tea. Now, whether he continues on or not and they keep enabling, I don't know. But I can tell you this fucking much. Keep it up. Because the next tea it's going to hit Twitter. The next T is going to hit the media. You got to learn to chill. You know, have your fucking fun, your little YouTube back and forth shit. But you try to come for people's fucking children and shit. I got you, my man. I got you. Then he's got, and actually a pretty cool person trying to contact me up and gaslight, going, yeah, you know, I'm doing it on my own, you know, trying to make peace bullshit. And then this fucker hits me up going, I hear you want to talk. No, you got this guy reaching out for you because you're too much of a coward, you know? So he ends up calling me because his boss lady gave him my letter. And I got that recorded too. So later on, keep it up. I'll drop that shit too. So let's hit the extra facts here. Present, video file. Let's see what else we got. So I got another file here that I just made. Oh, here we go. Open.
You want to hear how powerful you are?
So that one, he's trying to blow up my head with, because his new attack thing is Travis, because he's on there now, I hear, giving them super chats. So this one was about Travis. And then let's see here.
Because they know you're going to.
Yeah, so he's trying to get me to troll and fight against the Super Game Room dudes. Not falling for it.
Interesting. I just put two and two together. Just make it public.
So this is when, as a friend, I spoke up about attacking Miss Cornercade. Now, Rev was on the show when I brought this up, and he's like, oh, I was disappointed. Now, listen here, Danny. Reason I didn't do it, I think that's his name, right? It's because I seen you enabling this shit too. You were all in these other chats. Oh, it's all good for everyone else. When you gonna drop that UAG video? All right. Well, let's see how quick you drop him in the super chat.
Your show. Dude, I didn't want to make it public because some things shouldn't be public, right? So I'm coming to you privately. But that's bullshit. Be careful around her. No, dude, I'm not going to be careful around those fake-ass, slutty-ass fucking tits. I'm also not going to be careful around Mr. Cornercade or Danny. Or they're all fucking fake-ass shit. Just like you call everybody out, I'm calling everybody out too. I never tell you who you can or cannot call out. I never tell you be careful or censor you. Do whatever you want. Have your opinion, but let me have my opinion too. I don't want anyone telling me, well, be careful around this person, this person. No, they're all fake-ass bitches, and I'm calling anyone and everyone out that is fucking fake, and that's it. I'm not going to be careful about anybody. Fuck her. She's a fucking miserable bitch. She doesn't even play half of the fucking games. She doesn't even want to be there. She looks fucking depressed. Fuck her. Fuck Danny. Everything is $1,000. Should be $1,000. Fuck that whole fucking crew. Fuck them all. I'm not going to be careful about anybody. I'm calling everybody out. Hey, Messiah.
So after that, literally like 1 second later, Gary is on me. And I'm like, you done somehow went to Gary and decided to make him believe in some bullshit. And I called him out about it. Because he's like, ha, 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 what are you and Gary fighting about? And I was like, yeah, well, it happens when X, Y, and Z does X, Y, and Z. He's like, are you implying that I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking implying. Bro, this dude was giving money on the Cornercade the other night. Exactly, Rev. Like, that's why... You know, I want, because I messaged her and then I saw the screenshots for UAG and I was just like, nope, and removed it. I was like, this is what they want. They want to be a part of it. So let them have it. But now we all know what he thinks of them. Now, mind you, this is the gaslight, right? To try to blow up my head. So then he thinks I'm like, this is what narcissists do, right? They'll blow your head up, and then he thinks he's got one over on me. I'm too smart for that shit, right? You know, but
You want to hear how powerful you are, what kind of an impact you really make? Check this out. Remember when we were all on your stream, me, OTG, well, not OTG, but me and Moat and Steven, that the last time, the off the cuff. And I was talking about Travis, remember? I was talking about Travis and how he uses Cornercade and about the wife, the cloning, and then OTG even made a reference in the chat, like how he's cloning. It's not DNA, but cloning, and he wants to know about his sister. Can you clone his wife? And then the next day, he was scheduled to be on the Cornercade stream. He even had, there was even a thumbnail with Travis in it. The very next day, Travis, last minute, didn't go on the Cornercade show. Travis is always on the Cornercade show. And this one time, the day before the stream that Cornercade was supposed to stream, me and OTG were talking about Travis. And then the next day, he doesn't show up last minute. It's because of your show.
whether true or not, I don't buy into it. You're not gonna blow up my fucking head like that to have me be an attack
Because of
dog.
your stream. So just look at that. Is that crazy or what? Because of your stream and me mentioning briefly about Travis, the next day he didn't go on the Cornercade show. And I guarantee you he's never going to go on the Cornercade. If he's that sensitive from a 20, 30-second little segment of me and OTG talking about Travis and the Cornercade, and he's that sensitive to
My replies are all, oh
cancel
wow,
last
that's
minute.
crazy. You know,
Can you imagine that my 9.5 minute video that I made, pretty much my whole 9.5 minute video that I made was pretty much all about Cornercade and Travis. I guarantee you will never see Travis on that show again. But it started with your show. So just so you know, that's the
and this is the type of manipulation that goes on behind the scenes, right? You know, so then, like I said, I befriended Justin, right? And this dude's on some bullshit about Justin. And he's like, he's just using you to be nice so you don't go after him and P-Dubs. And I'm thinking to myself, well, who fucking cares? If at the end of the day, he's nice to me and I'm nice to him, and it works out. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't give a fuck if that's true or not. You know, we're having good conversations. And then, so they make up, Justin and P-Dubs, and they make this funny little video skipping, going, you know, we're friends. Look, hey, this is for Messiah, basically to get his attention. We're friends now. So then he sends me this message going, what was he like? He said, Justin trolled me. He trolled me. He got me. He made this video knowing I was going to make a response video, and it worked. And he was just so hot about it. And I said, ha, 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 he got you. And he writes to me, no, I think he got you too. I'm like, no, dude. Because I did a video on that Justin and whatnot. But I was sincerely happy that those two made up. If Justin's my friend now, why would I not be happy that he is being at peace with being kosher with his friend P-Dubs? That's just common sense, right? So, but what Zohar didn't know was I hit up Justin and was like, hey, just tell me the truth. You're trolling Zohar, right? He's like, yeah. And the funny thing about this is I told the guy and he still went with it, you know, because that's how Zohar is. And he sends me these other videos focusing on their Cleveland event with the, we all saw it. It was kind of like homoerotic, right? Where they're like all handsy and doing whatever. And he sends me these videos, and I'm hyper focused, and I almost played into it. I'm gonna admit, I almost played into it. I'm like, oh my god, like what's Beacon doing? Da, da, da. And I was like, no, like I know what's happening here, right? Like I'm being used as a weapon. I'm not gonna do it. So I don't. But I know someone who was. Good old boy named Rexer did a whole video on those guys. Those videos you saw Rexer using was sent by Zohar. You want to know why? Because I got the same fucking videos. See, that's the thing. These guys never see this shit. He's the one bringing attention to anything. I don't watch his show. He doesn't fucking watch my show. But guess who's watching both shows? Zohar. And then he sends little snippets to me, and then he'll send little snippets to him, and then he wants us to clash. Otherwise, we never knew who we existed. And that's the shit he pulls. Pull this shit up. And it gets old. So let's see here. What else we got? Yeah, and then when he calls me up, he's like, you know, the whole gaslight bit, you know, oh, we're messing with people's lives. Brother, you're the only one who messes with people's lives. You take it to a point where, you know, none of this shit's necessary. Let's see what we got here. Pull this up. All right. Pull you up. All right, we got all the tea. Yep, this is him harassing this woman. All right, I said we're gonna do some reviewing. Let's do some reviewing. What we got? Ah, yes, at the stage. Hey, hey, hey.
Yellow. I'm driving still.
We got RC in the building, fellas. Let's see here. IE waffles or let's see.
So what's going on right now? Where are we at?
I'll update him on some backstory about what happened, what occurred. I dropped the audio of him talking about Danny's wife. Here we go. I dropped.
You know what the amazing thing is?
What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Is that who's that?
Walking the grounds like Mensa.
Oh, it's the man, the legend, the myth.
Oh man.
But what's amazing to me is that no matter what happens, like this dude could literally like rape and pillage, and the community will still be like, "Ha, it's Zohar, yeah."
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know,
like I know that's what I don't understand, and like it's funny to me that we're at the point now where, you know,
$1.99 super chats reign supreme.
I was just about to say that.
and you have like Travis, who's a paid representative of Arcade 1UP, using Zohar's theme song on their MK Spectate announcement, knowing everything that has gone on with Zohar. And I
played the. I'm sorry, I played the audio of him basically trying to sabotage Travis, but he still fucks with them. So I mean, these guys know this stuff.
Hey, this the thing. It's wasted breath because they all know all of this stuff. I feel like everybody in cahoots together because
I agree because
you know he's got to be.
A year ago when the Papa Brad and Zohar beef was going on, Intel sent me a nice snippet. They were on each other's fucking Facebook friends list this whole fucking time.
It's just all a big circle jerk, man.
Yeah, it's like a scripted WWE event.
Bingo. That's what this is because it's one of them things.
Go ahead, Dom.
Oh, no, I was just saying it's one of them things you get in the back room and say, all right, this week, me and Mensa are going to beef. We're going to run this for about 6 weeks. Then, all right, we're going to pivot. I'm going to leave the community. Then I'm going to move on to Jade. All right. Then I'm going to do this for about 8 months. It's like that. It's a conversation that's had that we ain't at the table. So we are confused because we're not at the table. We don't know what's going on.
For a year, I've
So-
been. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that's what I think it is. I think it's something going on behind the scenes for
Yeah,
Travis to be using
and
songs and all this shit.
I was talking to Mensa about this yesterday and saying it looks literally like there is some sort of like subgroup that is actually authorizing like things to happen and go on and just not do anything about it. Like, because to me, I feel like for me to tell Travis personally about what has gone on with Zohar, and for him to say to me that Zohar is a crazy fuck, and then for him to continue to not only support Zohar and allow him to do what he's doing and be okay with it, but to use and promote his music on an MK Spectate announcement for a corporate, company like Arcade One Up, just is suspicious as fuck. Like, what? So either he's just like shining everybody on and doesn't give two shits about anything, has no moral compass whatsoever, or there's something going on like in the background that none of us know about, like conversations are being had.
Oh yeah. There's
I'm
no
in
doubt in my
agreement.
mind that there's conversations being had, and there's I was told personally, I'm gonna put it out there. I was told personally that because I was friends with Gunther Vincent, that I was gatekept. Me specifically, that I specifically was gatekept. And I noticed once I shook Gunther, all of a sudden, motherfuckers come out the woodwork. So I know they having these conversations. That's not even a doubt in my mind.
I really think that Arcade One Up as a company on social media has a mafia mentality.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at the people that they have working for them publicly and the things that they allow to happen, it's almost like they have like thugs working for them.
Would it be so far off if you found out that some of them are tied
to
the last?
Arcade?
I'm not necessarily saying Arcade One Up, but definitely the last company that I was fucking with. So,
oh hell yeah,
and the it gets a little darker than you think. If it runs like the mob, if it quacks like a duck, you know what I mean? Like,
it's wild to me because it's very YouTube centric, Yeah,
there it is. So this guy was dropping like these hints, like he's got some good old greasy dirt, and this is pretty much the extent of our shit, And I'm like, hey, if you have the name of the match's source, like I said, folks, receipts. And this is for Gary I'm talking about here. And he's like, yeah, man, da-da-da. And then we talk, and he's like, everything's good, and we leave off good. And then he gets Zohar, and he believes everything Zohar says. It was weird. Knowing that he was the troll involved in all these alt accounts. It don't make no damn sense.
So what gets me is this, Mensa. Now can I speak? Can I be real?
Absolutely.
I'm back.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Let's do it. No fucks. I can't hear you right now if you're speaking.
It sounds like he cut out.
Yeah. He going loose, but when he comes back, here's the other receipt here. He says
he's like, and that's why I think that
he right. So Zohar, he hits me with the famous copyright strike kind of shit, right? Like the same shit he cried about freedom of speech and from Brad, right? And so he hits me with it. So this fucker, he says, stop violating the law. There's no fucking law that covers screenshots like that, fucker. It's public, There are guidelines. That's not the law. You dummy. Maybe I should contact Child Protective.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he said that, when I read this,
It's the public
that was
comment.
in game for Zohar. In game. So when he was going around lying that I contacted his employers, I made it true. And then he goes, don't underestimate with someone nothing to lose. Well, either you lost your job or you didn't lose your job. Which is it? Stop lying.
Yeah. Yeah, but you knew he didn't, because immediately he's using that to manipulate people. Oh, somebody maybe contacted my job and I might be losing my job. Like, no, bitch, it's not something that's going to be in limbo for like a fucking week, bro. Like, you're talking about a license to be a therapist, basically, or to, it's just wild. It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I can't even begin to like wrap my head around the fact that this guy is a licensed mental health care professional, you know, and then what he does is he lies about everything and about everyone, and people just fucking believe it.
They
Like,
just go
without
with it. We're in the
without
twilight zone.
any evidence. Yeah, without
Yeah.
any evidence.
It's just like, why is it that everything I say, I can support, but no, you know, like, I take pride in being able to say what I say, and then go, oh, you want to call me out? Well, here's the receipts, right?
Right. But then people get pissed when, I mean, specifically him, he gets livid, you know, because he's narcissistic. When you call him out and you make him basically look like a fool. And then you have people who are playing, like, viewers and other content creators who are playing both sides of the fence, like, oh, Zohar bad. And then 10 minutes later, you see him supporting him in some super chat or in their, you know, chat space. It's this constant repeating cycle, and he knows it. And he's like, hell yeah, like, I'm just going to show back up. Nobody's going to do anything.
Yeah.
That's the general like demeanor of the community space.
Well, yeah, and I've noticed this was happening, right? Because how many times have multiple people in this space left the community only to come back less than like 48 hours later? And it gets so fucking old. And it's just like, aren't you guys tired of, you know, not saying nothing about it, knowing damn well they're lying?
Right.
Like, how many times has he left? How many times?
Because it's obnoxious. It's like done in a disruptive manner to get attention.
Right.
And then it's like the Twilight Zone thing. Like, he goes, so it's okay for him to talk mad shit about Danny's wife, to just say like vile things, right? But he plays an audio clip of me making a joke in a private DM, which was related to, which started off because I was like, man, I wonder if they're gonna start like an OnlyFans or like a Pornhub account and do like Arcade 1-Up content for that. And I thought it was fucking funny, because that's what he does. He exploits, you know, he exploits his wife. And it's like, okay, if they're both fine with that, that's fine. But that's once you do that in a public forum, like,
free game.
I'm making a joke in a private DM about it. And then, you know, I made the hilarious joke that I made, and then, oh, it's so offensive. Oh my God. But you know what? I'm not talking like vile shit, saying like, oh, that's stupid, you know, blank sucker. Bitch.
Yeah, you know, fuck that big titty bleep bleep.
Right.
I'm like, it's like, oh.
And he's like, I just want to make Danny look fucking stupid.
You got background, brother?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. I think you got background. I don't know what was happening.
But I don't know. It's like everybody likes being abused. That's like the feeling that I'm getting, is like everybody enjoys being abused.
So I started noticing this stuff, and I've had them blocked for about a year before I had unblocked them. So I started logging all the stuff from everybody right here in the public space. Anybody can go to this page. It's been public for quite a while.
What's that, Theranos?
The Theranos page.
Oh, that
I've been
page.
documenting it for 2 years. So that's what
Theranos
kills me
page.
when people like, Rector and crew and all them were like, oh, he was fooled by Zohar. Ain't nobody fucking fooled. I've been calling this guy out for over a year.
I'm about to get home and I'm gonna lose reception, so I'll call you, or I'll call back in a minute.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Yep.
Hey, I know my connection been bad, but I'll say this, man. So you
Look at
your
this shit.
point.
December 22nd, I've had this shit going on.
So that's I've been reading that Theranos. Hey, that shit been rolling. But I'm gonna say this: it's crazy that it's motherfuckers that we haven't even heard from ever.
Yeah.
Hitting us up now. All of a sudden, this whole Zohar name come up. You notice that? It's cats that when we got into the space, they never reached out. They never said, "Hey, welcome. Hey, come on our show." But all of a sudden, in your inbox talking about, "Hey, let's settle the score." I got a problem with that. And you know who you are. I ain't got to say your name. But you inboxing 30 years later because of Zohar? But you ain't never reached out to us to say, "Hey, what's up, homie? Hey, check in. Come join the show or tap in. Y'all need something." There's a few individuals that have done that. But for you to come out of nowhere talking about you don't know me, but I want you to stop with the Zohar thing. What? I don't know, mister.
It's weird. Like, what? He's talking about calling people's for take their children away, trolling.
But yet they calling you, talking
and they
about
calling
stop.
me as I'm the problem.
Something ain't right.
Like, you kidding me, brother?
Something ain't right, man. And I want to know what Zohar got on these cats. See, you know what Zohar remind me of? He remind me of the DC operatives. I'm in the political scene. He remind me of some of those cats that's in the political scene that purposely hang around people and purposely do shit to try to get something on them and then use it as leverage. That's what I think he does. He hangs out with these guys. He goes drinking. And he'll be the one that with no drink at the table. He got a Shirley Temple on the table and everybody else drinking whiskey. And he listening to see what people say, and he's using it for leverage. That's what I think he doing.
Yeah.
Y'all better watch that dude.
I mean, didn't he say talking about him is against the law, but he's sitting here telling everyone that Brad lives in Louisiana and he's an elementary school teacher there.
Man, I know exactly where Brad at. I ain't had to dox him.
Brad yeah, exactly. Right.
Brad
but that's the funny part. Zohar done said it.
Zohar
I'm a doctor, bitch.
Yeah,
like,
he said it.
You're a fucking idiot, dude.
Brad ain't that far from me where I'm at right now. So I'm just saying, he ain't that far. And I been knew that. That's not, Brad said that. See, this is the funny thing about Brad that Zohar tried to make seem.
Right.
He said Brad was talking about me, but I done been on shows with Brad. If Brad had a problem, Brad could say that shit to my face. We done been on shows together. We done did all kind of shit. So my thing with Brad is you letting all these people put a battery in your back, but you ain't even say nothing to me directly. You just like Gunther. You get quiet and you run off and then you say your little side remarks instead of they address people directly.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he did everything he could to not let me go live today. Talk about gatekeeping. I mean, he did whatever he could, and then he had the audacity when he called me up to go, you stop, I stop. No, I'm not falling for your shit. You never will stop. You will never stop.
Man, that dude demented. And he gonna tell me I changed. Wow.
Oh, he wrote that to you?
Yeah.
He wrote that to me?
Yeah, he said I changed.
He wrote to me on my Messiah page, and my other page said you changed. And I'm like, from what? You mean I'm not accepting your shit?
Yeah, just because
like
we call
that,
you out on
shit? Yeah.
I'll call anybody.
You called me out. Like, come on.
I have. That's what I'm saying.
And vice versa. Like, but that's what friends do.
Yep. No, I don't take it personal.
Right.
Because that's how you get better. I like to be better. If you the same
exactly
you was last year, then you got a problem.
Thank you.
I always want to be better. So if
You
you
know,
got some
is it
feedback,
wrong for me to improve my temperament?
so if
You
you
know,
got some
is it
feedback,
wrong for me to improve my temperament from a year ago? You know,
oh, I
like
know
that's
I'm
supposed to
different.
be a negative, guys. You
I
know,
know I know I'm different because
we
Mensa taught you. You taught me to be strategic because I used to be. I was always the guy that friends kept around because they knew when some shit popped off, I'm the first on the front line. And I learned to not always be on the front line fighting
Mhm.
something. Be strategic about it. Know
Right.
when to jump in, know when to jump out. So I mean, I took my own personal criticism. And you told me, hey man, you ain't always got to be, jumping off the porch at somebody. So if you can't take constructive criticism, then you don't need to be, That's what I tell people.
Yeah, like sometimes I get pointed out, these videos or these comments, and I'm like, it's no big deal. Ha 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 ha. You know, like, but like I said, when I saw him talking about my kid, or just the idea, like, okay, man, you put yourself in the tar pit, the fucking tar pit there. You got nothing to fall back on. Because he sent me, he wrote this, he had the audacity to write, weren't you going to say something about somebody? And I'm thinking, who the fuck you talking about? Why don't you say who you're talking about, right? That's the gaslight, right?
Oh yeah,
Because you could easily say it, right? And then he says, well, why did I send you all those pictures? Motherfucker, why did you send me all these pictures? Like, what are you talking? Like, if this is true, why are you sending me shit
to set you up? That's what he does.
To use on somebody.
Yep.
Answer that one, you dummy.
He think he the master manipulator, but
and
bro,
then he goes, "Is it because
old.
they were on your show?" So I'm trying to think. The only couple people who were on my show was Justin and Sea Lion and Rev. I think he popped up, right? And Damien. So it won't Damien. So it had to be Rev or Justin, right? And I'm thinking, okay, let's go with Zohar's factoid, right? That I didn't do it because he was on my show. So you're telling me if I have an ignorant viewpoint and I only know one side of a story, and someone comes on and talks and speaks and articulates their viewpoint, and based on that viewpoint, I come with a constructive opinion based on a fact based on opinion to go, okay, my view is now changed of that person. You're trying to criticize me for critical thinking? How dumb are you?
Yep. That's what he's doing.
Like that's insane. That is insanity. And and this is what he's gonna do, guys. Today, tomorrow, whenever. He may hide for a little second, or he's gonna explode. And he's gonna be, so I'm telling you now, like, get your popcorn.
I'm leaving the community is gonna be his next line.
Yeah.
I'm leaving the community.
Until I see the console fanboy, like, here, you want gatekeeping? Delete your shit. Like Jay said. like, how about that? Because it only here. Who is your real friends? If you think about it, you done pissed off every corner.
Maybe
because me and him never had to go to terms like this, because I didn't come out and I did not incite on him. But when he started becoming a little narcissistic shit and sicking other people on me, like I'm stupid not to know, because I'm one guy. Of course he is, and I hope he is. I'm one guy. It's kind of like at the time when I was going to war with the Arcadians, right? And then they'll hit me up with some stupid shit, and they'll go like it would be like a troll account, and it's like there's only like 2 people who would give a fuck. It mainly like Rainwater. So it's like I already knew it was his alt.
Hey, Mensa, real quick, I gotta cut out, help my dad, but I wanted to come support, man.
I appreciate you.
I'll tap in.
Yep. Hey, and have fun down there.
All right, we'll do, brother.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, let's see. If we keep this going until Jay gets on. All right, let's see if we got more tea. Do we got more tea? Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's pull up some YouTubes. Studio. What we got here? Look, this chats here. Comments. My bad, guys. All right. Our guest is about to sign on, guys. Let's see here. I hate the PC version of YouTube. Okay, there we go. Then we go with present. I'm gonna get this all streamlined one day. Share screen. Sign. Share. Shabramble. So as this is going on, when this first happened, he goes, I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna get freaking better, right? And I'm asking you to block me, and anybody who Zohar comes through, it ain't me, because I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna get help. So what does he do? He attacks everybody who made good, from Michael B to Haywood, all of them. Yo, you blocked me. Well, you just said, to do it. So I haven't wrote back to this cat since the last show, which was been a couple weeks now. That's supposed to be me, man. I'm Officer Coon. Haha, you get it. Let's see. And yeah, so here, this is in textbook.
Go no contact with them? Well, of course not, because they feel justified in everything they have done to you. They don't think they have done anything wrong. So your no contact is perceived as a form of betrayal and disloyalty. It is seen as a form of abandonment that they never expected from you. They create these stories where you are the perpetrator and they become the victim, and you have left this poor them and abandoned them and left them for the wolves. They don't see the truth. They do not acknowledge that they abused you, that they destroyed you, which is why you left them. They see it more like a transgression. They become extremely angry towards you because it's again perceived as a narcissistic injury. And then comes a narcissistic punishment. They would try to either hoover you or after that completely
attack you. And if you can see here, hopefully you can, try to be nice. Good to see you back. Hey, I wanted to ask you, could you please block me from your show? I've asked all YouTubers in the space to do the same while I figure things out. It would help me a lot if you and everyone can block me so I don't have the impulse to just pop on. If you see anyone trying to imitate me, please know it's not me. I've asked everyone to block me. So if you could, please do the same. That would help me out a lot while I seek counseling. Thanks. Get better, buddy. And you're right. Thank you.
Do narcissists understand why you...
And what does he go do? Why you ignoring me? Why you ignoring me? Oh, you changed. Da, 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 da. Crazy, man. The sad thing, guys, if you look up the term narcissist, and this is truly what he has, like, because he said he's 200% narcissist and stuff, right? And he admits to it. It's non-curable. It's a non-curable disease, and I don't see it getting better. The only thing that he's going to ever respect is people not taking his shit.
But people change. But people change every day, Menta.
Referring to that, there's a nice little South Park the movie with Saddam Hussein, bullying and narcissistically abusing the devil. I can change.
It goes back to everybody in the community who 100% supports his behavior, who doesn't block him, who goes into chats and talks back and forth with him and goes, yeah, Zohar, huh? Like every single person that does that is enabling him and giving him, empowering him.
Yeah.
And he feeds off of it. And people just, they just keep on going like, oh, no big deal. It, you know, Zohar's here. Like, dude, this guy is legitimately sick in the head. Sick in the head. And people don't care. Like, I'm talking like this guy is like the Ted Bundy of the internet.
Yeah. It sucks because, you know, you look at him and he's, you know, got an education, but, you know, this happens. And I'm guilty. And as of today, after this stream, I am blocking him on all fronts. And anything that I hint and sniff the smell as alt account, which I've documented at least 10.
Oh yeah.
He'll legitimately have these conversations with his own account. Like, so he's got this PC with about 10 different browsers up, and he'll have multiple conversations with himself. And it's pretty wild.
Yeah. I don't understand how people don't see, like, it's what's more disturbing to me is when I see like people interacting with his alts when he's talking to his alts. And like, it's, I don't know, it's mind blowing, but you should pull up when he came on after I released that video. Okay. And so we can see all of his chats, because that was his thing that he posted on his community page. And he yesterday, and he was like, she's bringing up stuff from 3 weeks ago. Like, yeah,
like it's not relevant.
Yeah, I'm talking about how you admitted you're a fucking sick narcissistic psycho, dude. Like, literally, you said that, and now you said, he says in there too, we'll see it all, but he says in there too that he's gonna stop. He's done. He took everything down. We'll see that he's gonna change, etc., etc., and so on and so forth. And MG, yeah, you're right. It is scary and unhealthy. And part of that's part of the reason why it needs to be dealt with. It needs to be dealt with. Like, what I don't understand is why people allow it to continue and to go on. People who, the problem is not, I think Michael offended. It's people who allow it to continue and to go on. People who just think it's okay. Everybody is contributing to it, especially the big YouTubers who are in, you know, a space encouraging it by allowing it to go on and going into places where it's happening.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh, MG, you're the biggest troublemaker out there. We all know it.
What we got here? We catch up on this chat. Carla, yeah, there's obviously people who are repeat supporters. I'm gonna call like you know, I'm not the only guilty one. There's guilty ones in this chat. It's just saying. You know, because I had people hit me up, oh, I didn't know this about Zohar, and then like 15 minutes later, they're, you know, they chatted up. I'm like, huh? So yeah, I think we as a society are guilty. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, because this started off as a normal stream. I was like, fuck it. You know, let me just do a live reaction. And then shit went crazy. And then here he is. This stuff when dudes be talking shit on girls and be like, that's not what you said last night when you said I love you.
Yep.
All right, what part we got here? I don't remember the spots.
Hold on. I'll tell you.
All right.
So go to 117. And then if you look at the chat, it should be this is where it starts off. So Kevin Clausen watches both me and Console Fanboy, he says.
I like
and
Jake.
yeah, and then you see Zohar's responding. He says, Kevin, you won't be seeing my videos. I deleted them. I'm sure others have them, but I won't have them up. There's the first thing he says. He
Right.
deleted them and he won't have them up. Right.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why I'm like this. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
And
It is.
it just continues on. Everyone has their limits. I think I reached mine. And it's just all BS. And so if you keep going forward, you can track it all from there. And he says, then the next big thing he says is, I'll say I can't be trusted. And I'm working on myself. I don't know what else to say. I'm not fucking with your behavior. It's ridiculous. And everybody, so that's what happened. That's why you got banned. Not your little fucking sob story of, I only said one thing. Shut the fuck up.
So is he right about the picture being released, Console? And then he's going in his troll accounts going, that was wrong for you to bring up personal pictures of Zohar or like some bullshit. And I'm like,
right.
I'm reacting to a fucking stream randomly. And then my stitch was, put my shit on so anyone can come in. I don't care who it is. Zohar wants to come on, like at the time, right? And then people came on. They're like, well, fuck, if I can say my piece, I'm going to say my piece. And that's been a thing for quite a while. And people tried to turn this stream into something it never was. It was literally me coming on, not knowing where it was going to go, and it continues. You keep saying she's right. Because that's very dismissive. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Type into the chat what you did. Say you screenshotted the fucking picture and then you leaked it.
That's all that. Just give her some resolvement, bro. If that happened.
Oh yeah, we know he did, but
Yeah.
he still won't admit it.
And then look at what he's saying. How do I make things right? I want to try to make things right. I deleted my videos. I will be doing MetaQuest videos, which obviously was a lie. I mean, we all knew that. And I mean, what he did MetaQuest videos for like 2 days.
Is the Shill Police him?
No.
Anybody know? Is he a different guy?
No. That's 100% not him.
Okay, because the Shill Police guy called him out and was like, yeah, go look at his MetaQuest videos. They failed. That's why he's back to doing this.
Yeah, which is true.
Right.
Which is true. But, his I deleted my videos is a complete BS statement because what did he do? He goes right back and puts my stuff up and then turns his little comment or his little bio section around. And, he's victimizing himself. Oh, cancel culture, woke culture.
That's the funny crap is that what he tried to do was he tried to use Dave Chappelle, who's black. And that's a way to get at me. And it's the classic debate when somebody is on a different political spectrum, they'll try to use the words of that person against you in no context. Even though, it doesn't go on. So he wrote to me, I'm sorry for anything I've done to you or some crap like that. And that's all you can see. And I finally click on it. And this motherfucker writes me a paragraph. And then it goes, quote, Dave Chappelle. I'm like, this bitch. Like, fuck out of here.
Another thing that's really confusing to me is like, so there's all these content creators that, are like, yeah, I think both sides are messed up. Like,
articulate why this is true.
Yeah. What exactly is messed up? Like, because I came out and said something about it. The whole point of me doing all those live streams was just to get in his head. Like, yeah, I'm playing that game with him. Like, that in the military, like, what do they teach us about psychological warfare?
Yes, psychological psyops. That's real.
And
it's illegal to use it in the United States.
And like, I'm going to defend myself. And if he's coming out, his whole thing was, oh, you released a private DM. No, dude, I released a public DM, which he admits to in this video right here. I released a public DM because he sent it out to other people before I even looked at it.
And so I released a public DM, and on my first live stream, the only thing that was on the screen was literally just that one snapshot of that DM. And I talked for maybe 45 minutes or something. And by the time I got off that stream, he had released his jacked up, spliced up audio streams of me or whatever. And at one point went as far as to make it look like I was like attracted to him or something, which no. And so he will go to any length to lie and be deceitful and make people think that he is a favorable, trustworthy person. I mean, and look at what he told me. I have, a doctorate, like however many clinical hours, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. You can trust me. Don't worry. What you say stays safe with me. And then you have these other content creators that are like, well, I think both sides are messed up and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, you haven't looked at all the evidence. You haven't looked at the big picture.
They're probably trolling because they're his friends.
Yeah, you're more concerned with stroking your buddy, giving him a nice little reach around and making him feel good than you are with actually finding the real truth, not my truth, not his truth, the real truth. Right. So me releasing audio clips and DMs was a response to what he did. And the initial release of that one DM, which was public, was 100% because he had sent it out and already made it public.
My thing, guys, is if somebody sends something like, even me with these clips, ask for the before and the after if you want context, like critical thinking.
Yeah, like would have.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say exactly. And that is the thing that is lacking huge. Nobody wants to research. They watch something, it's entertaining, and they believe whatever they hear or see. They don't even think about it. And then they support this type of behavior. Again, like it's just this round and round we go. Like use some logic, use some actual like analytical deduction when you're looking at these types of situations and analyze this person's behavior patterns. Like, how have they behaved in the past? I mean, even if you look at the most basic thing, the repeating behavioral pattern that Zohar has had over years has been, I'm leaving, I'm sorry, bye. He comes back, woke culture, blah, 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 finds somebody to obsess over and then fucks with them. And then other content creators use it to their advantage. Manipulative content creators use him to attack other people. You know, Arcade 1Up has done it. Arcade 1Up has used him to attack people. Yeah. And that's why I say, like, they're it's just, you know what? They're back to the same old shit. It's just new faces with their bullshit mafia mentality. And you know what the community's response is when you get someone like you or me who starts telling the truth and like showing receipts? They're like, oh, they're lying.
Yeah,
they're liars.
That's
they're a liar. She's a liar.
Yeah, but it's like, how is it that I got audio, video, screenshots, like all this? You're a liar, and then the person can just say whatever, and it's gospel. Like
exactly.
We're in some weird world.
No evidence, or like, you know, they chop out like 3 words out of a whole conversation, and they're like, they said this.
Right.
And everybody's like, Jesus Christ. They don't even look at any,
because don't you think
they don't even ask. Like, is that the whole picture though? Is that the correct context?
But here's the deal. When like for the audience out there, when you think if somebody actually had real shit on somebody, they will just go ahead and put it out instead of suggesting it or doing generalizations. Well, they said bad stuff, but they won't tell you the bad stuff specifically. On this day at this time, they said this. They won't do that. They'll just say bad stuff. And then the next thing you know, people's imaginations run off. It's like that Scarface movie. One of the horrific horror scenes in movies is that chainsaw and they're back in the bathroom and they're chopping the guy up. But here's the bit. Y'all never saw nothing. You just saw blood splattering on the wall and the imagination ran with you. you know, but nobody ever saw the actual action. And that's what's happening. Nobody's seeing the actual action and they're just running with it.
Yep. Happened. If he would have just fucking admitted before, but you know why he didn't? Because he wanted this shit to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
He wanted it to happen. You got your wish, dude. But don't ever think that you're gonna fucking get away with shit while I'm fucking around.
Yeah, I mean, look at him trolling. I'll say I
Or you
can't be
just
trusted.
Come clean, fix this, and apologize, man.
Screenshot.
Oh, I just screenshot it.
No, well, you do know what else to say. They're asking for acknowledgement. Can you give a concise yes, you messed up, an apology for you messing up and sending the video out or the picture out that she gave to you in confidence? Or can you give us a no?
No, this is
You
the game.
absolutely
He's
didn't
playing
do
a
it.
game right now. Which
I know.
Yeah, he was.
Which I know because doing investigations in the past and stuff is like there's a game with narcissists, you know, and circle talking. And I've done the debate bit for quite a while, and I knew what he was pulling, but you got to talk him into a corner to where it's not necessarily that you're winning with them, but you're winning with the people around you going, well, now I just know he's truly full of shit, you know, because when they repeat the last question and then try to circle back, it was like when Rev was on and he kept trying to shift towards Rev, and it's like, no, focus on me. Like, stop trying to pivot. And when he was pulling that and I had to kick him off is because I knew it was never going to go nowhere. You know?
And another thing I want to set straight is in the video, in the last video that I did that shows like the DMs and the voice messages and how he blatantly lies. And then, you know, I proved that he snapshotted the picture, which means he's the one who leaked it. Obviously, we all know that now. At the beginning of the video, I said that I'm sorry that, you know, people had to hear some of the stuff I said, only because it was a private message. You know, it wasn't meant to be anywhere outside of that because of the context of it, which is, you know, that we had like a very dark sense of humor. But I don't feel bad for those things. Like the thing is, excuse me, sorry. The thing is, I've been fucked with by every single person who I talked about in those DMs. And I didn't talk shit about a lot of other people who, you know, he just talks shit about everybody. And I refrain. Like if I don't have any beef with somebody, like for example, Rev and Twisted, he would always be like, oh, you know, but it's Rev, it's this, it's that. Like they're doing a Waffle House. And I'd be like, are you sure it's about you? Like, I don't think it is. Like, that just seems really random. And it wasn't. But it was like he wanted me to like affirm that they were bad guys. And I'm like, no, because, you know, I was subscribed to Twisted like a long time ago. I didn't know the Rev story, but I was just like, you know, I'm not gonna conform to your hatred for other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and
I
that's
don't
where
like-
the attacks began.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't like, you know, I didn't particularly like Brad at that time. You know, Kev, Gret, and Rexer, I've had problems with them in the past. And so of course, like it would be natural for me to be pissed off and be talking about that behind the scenes, you know, and then other people at that time, like Biggie D and Cornercade, like Danny used to irritate the shit out of me because he would go into other people's streams and be like, hey, let's do a show together. Let's go live, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, dude, chill out. And he was hitting Tech Buzz Steven up and, you know, asking to replace me. Like that one time that I got kicked off the show, I think.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I remember that. I got mad at Tech at the time. I was like, what the hell? I called that out.
But it's fine. Like that's
No.
fine.
I mean, we squashed
Yes.
her. I'm good.
Right. Steven and me are all good.
Yeah.
But my point is just that, like, you know, these people go behind your back and do these things. and then they want to act like they're all cool and everybody's kosher, and I'm like, nah, dude. And for a while I was like, I kind of like Danny and Katie, and that's actually part of the reason why this whole thing started, with me clapping back at Zohar, because I'm sick of him fucking with people in the community, especially women, and I'm sick of it. And then Danny ends up supporting him. He ends up supporting the guy who's calls his wife a cocksucker, who, talks all this terrible shit about people.
And that's what I was trying to tell Rev. I found out on my own.
Yeah. And says all these other like really shitty things. And it's like, all right, really? So fine. If that's how it is, if it's really like a Twilight Zone shit like that, then fine, whatever, and again, it goes back to like, last night was the perfect example. All right. Travis is gatekeeping, by having Danny start his stream at 8:00, because my stream was already scheduled for 8, and a couple hours later, all of a sudden, Danny's stream is scheduled for 8 for the same exact thing. And, then everybody is over there like, and, Zohar's in there super chatting. And of course, Travis is totally supporting him, and everybody else is like laughing about it. And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, and so it's like, really, dude, like that. So it's just incredible. It's incredible, like how desperate people are and how insecure people are.
Right. Let me address this. What are you talking about, Toxin? For what? What at the time before this video did Zohar get exposed about to be apologized for? If you could put that in the chat, that would be great. Yeah, it's sad that we gotta learn the hard way. Because for anyone, I don't think I played this video for you, but let's get a reminder.
This is pretty cool. I've been graced, I've been honored by the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, John D. He commented on one of my troll videos. Now, if you don't know my style by now, what I do is I observe the community and I just troll, I parody the hell out of it. Know my style by now. What I do is I observe the community and I just troll, I parody the hell out of it.
Like,
so this is
parody. He parodies.
Yeah, it's parody, because contacting CPS is funny.
But his apology videos, even in that other stream, where we're just throwing everything out there, your reaction stream, and he tries to do like the serious acting, like I'm just,
oh yeah,
it's really tough. I just want to say I'm so sorry, and I'm never gonna do this again. And oh man,
yeah. I parodied that video, and I had the if this is the one I'm thinking about, if he had a red shirt on, it was I did that with the Will Smith apology, and it was almost a 1-for-1 emulation of what Will Smith was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he took that from Will Smith and ran with it.
Yeah, and Toxin, here's the problem. Even if Danny did say that, Danny is one of those people in the community who's going around leaving comments on drama streams. He's talking shit behind people's backs, and he's begging to work for Arcade 1UP, and that's all he cares about. He doesn't give a shit about anything else. So even if you did ask Zohar to make it right with his wife, it doesn't matter, because Zohar doesn't give a shit anyways. Whatever he says is totally just bullshit.
He got mad at She-Lion for whatever, but is he going to get mad at her?
To hear powerful people to watch
or
it.
him for this?
And some shit will never be on the be public, right? Bullshit. Be careful around her. No, dude, I'm not going to be careful around those fake ass, slutty ass fucking tits. I'm also not going to be careful around Mr. Cornercade or Danny. Or they're all fucking fake ass shit. Just like you call everybody out, I'm calling everybody out too. I never tell you who you can or cannot call out. I never tell you be careful or censor you. Do whatever you want. Have your opinion, but let me have my opinion too. I don't want anyone telling me, well, be careful around this person, this person. No, they're all fake ass bitches, and I'm calling anyone and everyone out that is fucking fake, and that's it. I'm not gonna be careful about anybody. Fuck her. She's a fucking miserable bitch. She doesn't even play half of the fucking games. She doesn't even want to be there. She looks fucking depressed. Fuck her. Fuck Danny. Everything is $1,000. Should be $1,000. Fuck that whole fucking crew. Fuck them all. I'm not gonna be careful about anybody. I'm calling everybody out.
Now, since when, if you're my friend and I say, hey, be careful, why is that toxic to you?
Right.
Like, Sheila, if I asked you or told you, hey, be careful, would you take that as an attack, or would you take that as a friend trying to take care of you? You know, like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
confused.
mean,
Like, what?
like an actual friend would be like, okay, they would think about it and they would be like, well, I appreciate your honesty.
Right. You know, like, do what you want. I'm just voicing my, like, because you need to have ears, you know, like,
Yeah.
you know,
How's
the good
that
angel,
working
the bad
out?
angel.
How's that working out, Mike? How's it working out? How's that peace in the community? How is that? Because last time I checked, it's fucking horse shit. Last time I checked, I have never been backstabbed as many times as I have in this space. And by my choice to be here, this is what I've had to go through and learn. There is no fucking peace, especially when you have content creators who are supporting like toxic people and allow these people to run shit. So there is no fucking peace in that community, in that space. You know, and you know goddamn well, Mike, what happened last night? What happened last night with the side-by-side streaming was no accident. It was no coincidence. That was deliberate.
Yeah, I never cared for, you know, one person not having to stream at the same time, but there's a time when it goes, okay, well, now you're being blatant.
Right.
That's when it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, say
and
I stream whenever, I just do it, I don't pay attention. But
and Mafia 1UP, they just, you know, they want to get, I know like Travis for 100% wants to do damage control. He wants to damage control everything. And so that's like what they care about. They don't care about people who have knowledge about these products. They don't care about people who know about arcades. They don't give a shit. They just want people to say good things about their stuff. They want to say the marquee looks good, the arcade looks good, blah, 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 blah. And so somebody's got to gatekeep.
See, he said at the end of their show, don't forget to block KFB. Yeah. I don't know what happened last night. I've been sick. Okay. Well, now you know. Let's see what else. Yeah. I don't know how much more I could drown this. I mean, I didn't show y'all not even a third, you know, because if he wants to keep on, there's a lot more treasure.
He's not gonna stop. That's
fine. Because
that's the wild. Like, if you asked him, like, hey, how important is your career to you over your YouTube, he would pick his YouTube.
Yeah,
he would pick his YouTube. Like that's how ridiculous this man is. He would pick his YouTube over his career, and that's what he's doing. He's picking his YouTube over his career right now, guaranteed. Yeah. That's not my point, Smart. My point is that was done deliberately. And I'm not stupid. People can lie all they want or say whatever they want. I'm not stupid.
The guy who's now friends, or he is friends with the actual well-known employee of Arcade1Up, decided to do a stream on the very thing that she did at the exact same time on the exact same date. It's pretty blatant. especially if she had her set up first and he doesn't normally do it on those days.
The thing is, like, I don't need to compete with him.
Right.
It's not like I don't need to compete with him. I'm going to go do what I'm going to do.
Right.
But it's the gesture. It was the gesture. That's what it's really about.
It takes a wave to report, you know. That's all you can do is report it. Everyone report.
Yeah, like literally massive amounts of reports.
But
and
it takes a wave. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a lot of people.
Yeah, it can't be onesies and twosies.
And the thing is, the thing that is so frustrating is like back to the whole YouTube is a priority thing.
Yeah.
Is like really like you're gonna go that far and you're gonna hold on to your YouTube that much because it's that important to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, over your career, dude, over your career. And he really thinks, like, the funny thing is he still thinks at this point that he's invincible, that he's immune to this. And he's going to keep pushing. He's going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and fucking around. And that's the mind-blowing part to me. Like, he could have left all the videos down and stayed in his little fucking shitty meta lane, and none of this would be happening right now. None of this would be happening.
Oh yeah, it's definitely shark infested, and it goes a little deeper than I think people realize. It's orchestrated, man. I'm believing in this conspiracy. It's completely orchestrated. Have you not? Let's be real. It's a niche community, right? So fuck it. Let's say names, right? So we got like 7 people, you know, and then. Which is their right, you know, they want to be friends or whatever. Like I said, if I'm part of it, I'll whatever. But I'm just pointing out factoids. And let's say, I don't know, there's a new Pac-Man arcade 1-up. Next thing you know, it's all 7 of them. Same thing with the At Games, you know, it's the At Game crew. And then what's weird is they'll share hats. And I know half the people in these influencers groups, you know, and they'll come out with the same damn videos, and it's all, some of them will take it to a whole extra level with actual beef, like what's that video that I played with P-Dubs and Michael B. I don't care what anyone says. My opinion of that video was it was all true, that they were not taking lightly of each other because of what was said. You know, Mondays are my shows and this and that. And you go, well, what happened to the friendships? You know?
Yeah.
All for what? To be first?
And that's a huge thing in that space in particular. And the whole thing of like the drama and stuff is one of the things that really irritates me is when people say like, oh, it's drama. Like, what are people supposed to do? Because the problem is, if you don't say, it gets to a point where if you don't say something about it publicly, you're going to keep getting fucked up because you're not saying anything. It's just behind the scenes. So it's all hearsay and like bullshit, like Zohar being able to control almost the entire, demeanor of the community by passing DMs around to people and screenshots of what people are saying. And then, you know, you can't defend yourself because you defending yourself is drama.
He did that once when I was speaking on Rexer. Allegedly doesn't watch my show, right? So no, see no evil, hear no evil, right, folks?
Right.
So Zohar thinks he's slick, and he puts out, I'm gonna have him come by, and he's showing me the screenshots he's sending Rexer as if I asked him to reach out to this cat to come through. But that's trying to incite. You know what I mean? He's free to speak, I'm free to speak, but now he's trying to get us to the clash in real time. And it's like, dude, I'm on to you. You know, like, you're showing me personal messages he's saying about me to you, which I never needed to know. Now you want me to harvest some anger, unnecessary anger towards him for what? I already know he don't like me and he knows I don't like him. So seeing anything extra, I can just go ahead and dismiss. But to the average person, people that I've noticed, they'll take it to a whole nother level. And now they're mad, they're angry, and he's manipulating, and he can get them to clash. And as soon as he sees the fighting, he can play on the drama. I know that's not to me, right? That's to everyone else.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. Oh, come on, Steps. You know what? And by the way, one of the reason I never respond to your DMs, Steps, is because I know that you talk shit about me and that you've been talking shit about me for a long time. And I'm just being honest with you. Like, dude, I never ever trusted you because I saw how much shit you talked about literally every single person, including your friends. So there's like, don't ever expect me to respond and be like, hey buddy, what's up? Because since the beginning, as far as I know, you've been talking shit.
You probe, lady. I'm sorry, you probe. You know, I don't know what to say.
I worked for everything I fucking have. I worked to be where I am right now. I am fucking a disabled veteran, retired military, and like that's how I live. So I don't care anymore. That's great. Okay.
Let me address this.
Okay.
This is what you do, because this happened back when you betrayed my trust and you ran everything to Brad, and Brad sent it all to Jong, and you had 3 people in my life that got fired, that lost a paycheck because of your actions. So my videos that I put out was not me being unhinged. It was literally revenge in the best possible way. And then what she does is, I don't care. I don't care. You care enough that when you're crying and stuff, but you don't pull this hard ass attitude. You're trouble.
Yeah, and I'm just like I said, I'm just being honest. You come in here like, hey everybody, what's up? When like I know, dude, like I know about all that stuff, and that's why I never talk to you. So peace out. I'm just being honest, right? Be honest, say what you mean, right?
Does anyone think I'm lying? Do I need the receipts again? I mean, I've already put them out for the last year. You know, it's the truth. Don't derail. Let's see. Makes me feel really good.
I'm just like, I'm tired of it, dude. Like I have no problem anymore saying who I don't trust and who I don't like. I don't care. There's clearly like some crazy shit going on in that space, dude, for like people to allow like certain behaviors to go on, or for like the type of behavior that you see amongst some of the bigger content creators. Like there's all these things that are just really screwed up, man, like the whole dynamic. And again, I mean, look, I can go over and look at Zohar's page right now, and I see videos of me. I see the one of him not making fun of disabled veterans, which is about you and your legs. And I see the one, but that's reaching, right? That's reaching, right, Mensa?
Yeah.
It's reaching for me to think that. I see the one of him. Where is it? Oh, he must have just taken it down. And let's see. Let's go to the playlists here.
The thing is, MG, I'm not a consumer.
Oh no. Yeah, see. So you want to keep fucking around, Zohar. Like we're going to fuck around. Like you don't fuck with US veterans, dude. Right. Like we are the people. We're the fucking light coming out of the crack. And you're the fucking darkness, and you better run, motherfucker, because this shit is not going down.
Yeah. It's not going anywhere, man. And like I said, if I got it, he's gonna find out. All right, let's see here. People who want to talk. Yeah, I don't pretend to be a consumer channel. Like I'm not doing reviews. I don't think I've done a single freaking review. The only review I plan on doing was I said Akari stick But yeah. Yep.
The cardboard stick.
Yeah. But see, at least I didn't get it free and talk shit. And that's funny because everyone for Glenn, right? I consider myself a huge Glenn supporter, no matter if I'm being critical or not, because I buy his fucking products. I admitted that. I got the Build-A-Cade, the Akari stick. I'm getting the deck. I'm going to order the Viper. I'm going to order his stick. But what I don't play is this BS overhyped FOMO shield shit. Oh, your cardboard feels like real wood. You fucking with me, dude? Like cardboard wood? Like, no. Stop. Like, that's the review stuff. So yeah. But hey, I'm gonna get it in my hands and I'm gonna be able to say it, right?
I don't like. Oh wait, hold on.
Right.
What does it say?
This one?
No, I'm just catching up. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha.
Akuma Rev last night.
What's up, Carl?
The community manager and Danny couldn't figure out what the PS2.
Wait, where is this?
On the Time Crisis, pitiful. Yet Jade was there, and everyone went to the other. I had a really my live was fun though.
Yeah.
And I missed Kongs was gonna come on, and I missed his DM, but he's he played around with that thing so much, he was the perfect person to have on because he knows what he's talking about. But that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Showed him a couple times.
Project Titan.
This is the meantime. Titan, what's that? Interesting. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
All I'm gonna say about the last thing I want to say is, for anybody who watches this or who is watching this, if you support this kind of bullshit in the community and you support the people who support it, you are supporting it. You are part of the problem. And if you don't like that, I'm not sorry, because it's not right for all the people who are just trying to be here and have fun and do their own thing. It's all just that kind of bullshit hive mind behavior is what fucks the entire community up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's disruptive. It's straight up disruptive. And what you guys aren't seeing or don't clearly understand is that people like Zohar specifically, and he's probably the worst one, hands down, are manipulating an entire tiny community space. Literally manipulating.
Yeah.
And it's wild to me. And again, for Arcade One Up official to use his fucking music in the background after everything that's happened with him is just mind-blowing to me. And this is all the kind of stuff that people, it's not about being drama, it's about having a zero tolerance policy. We don't put up with that shit here in this community. We don't put up with this kind of behavior in the community. Yeah, it's gatekeeping. You don't put up with bullshit, childish behavior in a community.
I remember, here's a good gatekeep moment. Before I knew Zohar, and Steps did the right thing, and she spoke out about the pedophile because I made the pedophile thing come to light. She revealed to me the reason why she took down her community post condemning the Arcadians for, allowing it or not, doing something about it. Zohar interfered. Zohar asked and requested of Steps Gaming to remove a post about pedophilia being supported in the community. Why was he so attuned to that? That's kind of creepy.
Oh wait,
Same.
hold on. It's a question for somebody who's going to clip this out of context. It's a question.
Yeah.
He said, "Why would he do that?" Because we don't know.
Yeah.
Why would he do that? Why would he say take that down, or can you take that down?
Yeah.
What is the purpose? Why does she need to take that down?
Yeah, I'm confused. Like, anyone can come up with a good, solid answer. I would love to know.
Yeah.
I didn't give an answer. I asked the question.
And Stephen, we talked about that. We talked about how just amazing it is that everything is like buddy, everything's all right. It's okay for you to keep doing this as long as you say sorry and don't care. It's okay for us to keep going.
Oh, Stephen, did you hear the audio yet?
You want to hear how powerful you are? What kind of an impact you really make? Check this out. Remember when we were all on your stream, me,
Let's see if I can
OTG,
fix
well, not
this.
OTG, but me and not on Corner Cage Show. Anyway, I think it's very interesting. I just put two and two together. So I'm coming to you privately, but that's bullshit. Be careful around her. No, dude, I'm not going to be careful around those fake ass, slutty ass fucking tits. I'm also not going to be careful around Mr. Cornercade or Danny. Or they're all fucking fake ass shit. Just like you call everybody out, I'm calling everybody out too. I never tell you who you can or cannot call out. I never tell you be careful or censor you. Do whatever you want. Have your opinion, but let me have my opinion too. I don't want anyone telling me, well, be careful around this person, this person. No, they're all fake ass bitches, and I'm calling anyone and everyone out that is fucking fake, and that's it. I'm not gonna be careful about anybody. Fuck her. She's a fucking miserable bitch. She doesn't even play half of the fucking games. She doesn't even want to be there. She looks fucking depressed. Fuck her. Fuck Danny. Everything is $1,000. Should be $1,000. Fuck that whole fucking crew. Fuck.
What's amazing is all this type of stuff can come out where they are saying all this type of stuff on each other, but somehow the folks that have never, ever in their life egregiously said anything on them, we're worse than them. I'm in crazy pill land. It's crazy. The phrase is true, but
yeah, and one of the other things that is really,
I think so.
One of the other things that is really, really annoying is when you have these people that come out and try to, like, you know, take bits and pieces of things and then put it together and form an opinion on it based on these bits and pieces of inconclusive or like there's no presence of evidence. And they're like, you know, X, Y, and Z happened, and this is how it happened, because they think that they've logically deducted based on no evidence that that's what happened. So basically what their mind made up on its own about a certain situation, and they go out and talk about it publicly,
right,
and have this fake opinion that they've formed on it because they don't have all the evidence. Mm-hmm. That's another really common thing that you see. And I don't just mean on like Fox News or something. I mean like on YouTube in the home arcade community.
Mm-hmm.
It's fake. It's fake news. It's
yeah.
It's tremendously fake.
Because, you know, I always enjoyed watching like all news contents because I know what to take from each one because I'm a critical thinker. So it's like, well, I know even on the liberal side of the end, you know, or because we know there's biasness, but in the end, you can know that there's truth. Example, I don't know, we went to the moon kind of thing, you know, more likely than not, it's true because there's evidence, there's pictures, there's accounts, there's, you know what I mean? Like that kind of crap, right? You can look up with your new telescope, you know, and see remnants of tracks, like just common sense shit. But more likely than not, this is true. But you got people out there who just don't think on that level. I just don't understand. Like, you can, oh man. Let's see here. Yeah.
One up's hand up there, but
I like to talk on this. Who really believes that Danny and his wife don't see this and actually like Zohar versus trying to grow a channel and make some money? I'm gonna have to agree on you, but then if that's the case, which I believe, I think, you know, that's a negative light. Because I can tell you this, ain't no amount of 199 chats you're gonna be talking on my wife, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no amount.
That's it. Like,
Ain't
I
no
mean,
amount of
if
money.
somebody talked about my spouse like that, like you cross the line, like you're done, dude. You are done.
You know, granted, you could probably look at it like some hustler crap, and you know, we'll just fake our way to the top. But if that's the case, then you know, I don't think highly of you. But does that matter? I guess in the end, I guess not. But you know, it's always about the court of public opinion. Let's see, we went to right. Not just once, like 13 other times. There was like more than one freaking Apollo mission. People, stop this.
Oh, there was the time that they recovered the alien. Remember that?
Oh yeah. Speaking of Alien, have you seen this? What's it called? Fan Home or something like that? And it's like a subscription-based content where they send out over the course of a year or two these. Hold on, real quick. I gotta mute this. I'll be right back. They'll send you subscriptions, and during the course of the time, you can build your product. So if it's like a transformer, and the thing about it is it's super detailed, like amazing detail. And the one that I've been looking at is ET. So let me see what
Phone home. Ouch,
Yeah, I think
Elliot. Ouch, Elliot.
But you know what's funny is
Elliot.
that I'm so nostalgic on it, but I haven't seen ET enough to probably tell you what the heck it's about, other than, you know, the bicycle scene.
Yeah, ET. Oh my God, ET. Come on, dude. Phone.
Do you
home,
remember it too well?
Home phone. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
See,
I used to watch.
remember-
Dude, my favorite part in that movie is the part where he's drunk. ET is drunk, and the
I
mom
remember
comes
that
home
now.
and she opens the fridge door into his face and just knocks him over, and he's like, ah. Build your own. Oh, whoa! It actually looks like ET.
Yes, this is actually a full replica of the set, and the neck extends. Yes, it's as expensive as it looks, but the good news is it's over a course of like 18 months. Look at that.
Wow.
But they got more stuff like Back to the Future, and
Could you imagine like walking into somebody's house though, and then like that's like, you know, instead of a plant in the corner of their family room,
it's about
there's
to
like
be
an
mine.
ET, like
and it's 2 feet tall when it's fully built. But yeah. See, I remember Flight of the Navigator better than ET.
oh, Flight of the Navigator was dope.
Yes.
And it had such great music in it too, like the
Oh, yeah.
scene at the very beginning with the frisbee, you know,
Mhm.
and then like the mysterious music when he's like in the lab and he goes into the space. Oh my God, such a great movie.
It's like certain movies, man. Like you remember watching it, but do you remember every single detail? Like one movie that even though I can watch it tomorrow, I'm gonna forget about it the next day. Sound of Music. You know, like there's this it's forgettable. You know, you remember some of the tunes, and that's it, but you don't remember all the in-betweens. Let's see here. If company folds like Ika Moss.
Compliance.
Right? See you later, alligator. I love that movie. It was cool because it was a cool fantasy movie coming back. You know, everything's in the future now. That was a cool movie.
It was so surreal as a kid watching it. It was so surreal, you know. And then the fact that it was like you know, the alien ship wasn't like threatening, like, you know, there's so often in movies like aliens are depicted as threatening, which I think that like an actual species, an interstellar species, wouldn't even want to fuck with us because they'd drive by and be like, whoa, they're still really fucked up in their evolution. Just, you know, roll up their windows and keep on going. Like, if you're that intelligent, why would you even want to mess with a species that, you know, is at the point where we're at? But anyways, so it was always just really, it was always just really interesting to me, because it was like depicted as like a friendly, you know, ship, and he just wanted David's help to get back to his time or whatever.
This is one of the ultimates right here. Inconceivable.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I watched it so many times as a kid. I think it was one of the first times that I was really laughing at like a UK style humor too. You know, it was just so off the wall.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But that's Mel
had me
Brooks.
laughing.
That's Mel Brooks, right?
Yeah, Mel Brooks is in that movie.
No, Mel Brooks directed it, didn't he, or wrote it?
I thought it was in the movie near the end. No.
Oh, he might. Yeah, probably.
All I remember is the scene with the. Was it Spaceballs? I'm getting confused. I think probably Spaceballs. I remember there was a scene with a preacher. And he's like, marriage.
Marriage.
And
we come here today.
Right. Spaceball, the flamethrower. That's the truth right there. You never enter a land war. Tech Buzz Gaming love you.
Oh, he even wrote it right. Marriage.
Yeah, Billy. Marriage. Yeah, but he also, like she said, what about Princess Bride?
What was the other one? Spaceballs.
Yes.
Spaceballs is a Mel Brooks movie, right?
Yes, definitely. He was the Yoda guy, the Schwartz.
Yeah, the Schwartz.
Now, I don't know, was it like a scene in Star Wars that was canon that he got on the first? Because check this out, right? In Spaceballs, you know, they had the Transformers ship. You know, she's gone from suck to blow. It was pretty funny. And they were sucking out all the oxygen from the planet that was in like the Dyson sphere with the glass and all that.
Yeah.
You remember Rogue One?
Yeah.
The story Rogue One? Was that not the same damn thing? But Rogue One wasn't out until Rogue One was created.
Right.
So did they actually use like an old Star Wars comic story, or did they do it first? That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Because that was a 1-for-1. Like, wait a minute. They did the whole scene from Star Wars, but Star Wars did it second after the fact. I remember seeing that movie in the theaters.
And which one?
Spaceballs.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, I swear that ship, the intro with the ship, it did not end. It felt like it was going on for like 10 minutes straight. Like that was my perception as a kid. It just kept going and going. I'm like, what? What's it gonna end? It's not as bad now knowing it's coming, but man. And then at the end, if you can read this, you don't need glasses.
Oh yeah.
Marriage. It's what brings us together today.
Love. True love. What does it say? I have a suggestion for everyone here in the home arcade space. I'm a gaming channel, Steven. I can play with whatever I want. If you're expecting big things from Travis, don't. You will be disappointed. Get out now before 1UP is sold in 2024.
I picked up one of these.
Yeah. Where'd you get that?
Target, $99.
Dude, yeah, I saw that and I went to go look just because I was like, oh, I should snag one just to like keep it and sell it, because I have one upstairs. And that's like the best count, because you know I'm a huge fighting game fan, but that's like the best countercade that they ever made. And I was like, $99 is actually a good deal for that.
Is it me or these buttons are damn good?
On the countercade?
Yeah, this Marvel one. It feels good to me.
No.
Like these...
I hate the joysticks and buttons on that.
Okay. Feel like it's that good.
And the joysticks are like that clicky, like overly clicky, like zippy switch. They're just crappy.
I plan on I saw, it was a Carl Detroit Love. He was on that Cleveland bit, and he modded his countercade. And man, I'm like, yo, I'm jealous. So I just found his video couple hours ago. So I
Oh,
plan on
yeah.
following his tutorial because I mean that dude had a pimped out countercade. Got the door. It's all super clean inside. Got the 8-way.
Yeah,
I'm all over it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, this is
But
probably
you
the best
could,
one
but
I've seen.
you're talking about with the SD card, right?
Yeah, he used a Pi, I think, to run it. He went ahead and changed it out.
Oh no. So you can actually mod the countercade with an SD card. All you
Well,
need,
oh, I'm
all
sorry.
you need is an SD card.
Yes, I'm gonna do that one for the big one that I saw. The one I'm talking about is this Miss Pac-Man one, where
Oh, okay,
he
yeah.
had a Fox door on the back, and he did that, and
Right.
he had a battery pack with it, claiming it lasts like 50 something hours. I'm like, yo, I'm on it. So that's gonna be a fun project. So I'm gonna be watching Carl's video on that. See here, not trying to be a hater, but what is the appeal of the counter couch projector cades? Countercade. I mean,
yeah,
I think that's
countercades are
blatant.
Yeah, they're cool, they're small, and it's like I just, to me, like there is really no like purpose of it other than I think they're like cute and collectible. And the fact that you get like the actual game, you know, like the actual Marvel versus Capcom that you can play on the little countercade, I just think they're cute. So for $99, I mean, I think it's good. But the projectorcade, you know, that one I think it's kind of trash, but I guess some people like it. I don't know. It's
I don't
very
see the appeal of a
subjective, man. Like it
projector
just,
because you can plug anything into the projector. I don't know why you need that. Mode, I'm off on the week. Okay. I have a lot of YouTubers in the space are selling theirs. Well, get one if it's cheap. If do it $99 or less. If you do anything other than that, you're ripping yourself off because they had a whole new one out. Let's see. What is going on? I've noticed them.
A1UP is in their death spiral. See, I don't think that they are. But all those cabs that are at Ollie's they're already bought and paid for through different distributors. So those could just be cabs that came from like Walmart or other places, other outlets, so I don't think they are, because if you're looking at like the minimum guarantee on like a lot of their stuff, that's all that really matters, like whether or not they met their minimum guarantee or not. And then, you know, talking about like the new wave of people coming into the company because of like investor decisions and stuff like that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a death warrant either. However, I like with that, I'm just saying like that's the other side of the coin. I think I don't think that they're just gonna die. I think they have a better chance of being sold, like Steven was saying. I think that maybe, but I don't know, man. Like, just if you think about, though, on a large scale, because they're a global company, all right, every, like, you know, talking Australia, you know, places in Europe that get these things, like, it's not like they're just localized to the United States. Like, it's global. So I feel like when you have like global stake, that it's not just gonna be something that disappear.
Yeah.
The fact that people are leaving in silence and not kicking and screaming tells a lot. If I know I got screwed out of millions in a sale, I would sue. And I like honestly don't know JLS, but what are you referencing? Are you talking about like companies, like other distributors, or like people?
I don't know. I do know that list that was brought up earlier, I can at least, if you take it from me, it's a confirmed list. Now, whether they changed it later.
Yeah. Canada Phil, that's very true. The fan base on YouTube is very toxic, and now expect a brand new IP for $2.99. And even on Reddit, I would say they're not like really toxic in the Reddit groups, but they do have like these really high expectations for low prices. And the thing is, like, I think people would continue to complain about prices, but buy the cab if they wanted to. I mean, Time Crisis is the perfect example. The price is terrible. And had I not sold my big buck hunter, I wouldn't have even screwed with it. But my kids love a shooter cab, and you know, I want to have a shooter cab. So
if it was $599, is it worth it?
My point is, yeah, that's what I was saying. A cab like that would have been a $599 cab, would have been the sweet spot for a cab like that. But
How's
the thing,
recoil? I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess my point is just that the fan base that's really toxic is very small. It's very small compared to like the big, like, let's just say this is the global fan base. Here's the fucking YouTube fan base, like right there. It's very small.
Here's a good question. Is it good though?
But that's the sad thing, is that people who are on YouTube, their whole perception of Arcade 1-Up has been tainted severely because of the toxicity in the community. And it's sad. It's sad that sucked the life and sucked the fun out of what they were for people, because you know, the pricing and stuff like that is one thing. I get why people get irritated, but you're still talking about buying like a consoleized, you know, arcade system that is, you know, it's fairly good sized thing. It may be 3/4 or whatever, but you're talking about a big giant product that gets shipped to you for free, and you know, is like a mini arcade. And so people don't want to keep paying, you know, $5.99 for these, $4.99 for these. But the reality is, if you want one, you're gonna have to pay that. I mean, the original ones that were $2.99, $3.99, those were nowhere near what the build quality is now. So
it's not cheap either, man. The retro shooter kit's not a cheap option either.
Yeah, yeah, and the other thing is that a lot of it's console shit. So like the PS1 version of Time Crisis is trash, dude. It's like burning dumpster back alley trash. I hated the PS1 version of that game.
Here's my opinion. If you guys want a good retro, get a good cabinet, no matter if it works or not. Modify it so the monitor works. Get a freaking PC. Get a Sinden. Get a light gun build. Call it a day.
Dude, hit up Joel at Retro Lizards. Like, he makes light gun builds all day. And he's got like really good tech support and customer support. I mean, if you know, it's just about where you want to spend your money, how big you want it to be, what you want on it. But you know, you pay for what you're gonna get.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's about that time. I gotta go get a flu shot. It's been awesome. Thank you for coming through. Anything you want to say?
The show. No, thanks for having me. Yeah, I mean, I you know, just my last reminder, like, for those who are mainly running in the home arcade space, dude, just don't allow the bullshit. And please, for the love of God, before you just believe somebody, like, take a look at the bigger picture, try and figure it out for yourself. Don't just look at one little tiny piece of evidence and believe what people say. I mean, there are people who will literally lie to you about everything. Every word out of their mouth will be a lie without any empirical or linear evidence. And that's what you guys need to be asking yourself. Is this true? How do I know it's true?
Right.
Why is it like, where?
Right.
So, I mean, that's all I want to leave you guys with. It is just, when it comes to the bullshit that people are saying about other people, investigate for yourself. Okay. As far as, you know, the products go and stuff like that, same thing. Like, you got to figure it out on your own. Don't rely on these people to tell you what you should or should not buy. Take it with a grain of salt and do your research and make your own decision, you know? And don't feel bad if you enjoy a product, even if the company is mafia troll trash. If you enjoy that product though, that you bought from Walmart probably because that's the best way to get it, then just enjoy your product and stop. You know, it's never gonna stop if the community keeps allowing it to go on. That's it. And thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming through. Yeah, just to go off that, guys, like what you want, you know, get what you want. As I said before, I think most people who have a problem with another console are folks that couldn't afford the other console, you know, but we're adults now and get what you want, right? For the person who this is about originally, just know I'm retired law enforcement. I match levels, you know, but I'm always going to be 2 tiers up. If you want this shit to slow down, lower your tone. I'll do the same. All right. Use of force, you know, I'll match you. So yeah, chill.
Real quick.
Yeah.
2 things. Tekla says, I have a question. Should I buy Time Crisis? YouTuber Danny says it's awesome. I don't know, Steven. Should you buy it? Sell your big buck hunter and buy it. No, you know what? The screen's really small though. And then Rev says, to add to Jade, ask yourself who orbits these people, who supports them. Is it a pattern of abuse? Is it a pattern of abuse? Because that is what is going on in these really big drama circles. It's abuse, man. It is toxic bullshit. And the lying that hurts people's feelings is far worse than honesty based on fact. So...
Initializing Weapon X protocol. Kill all flat stand humans. Whoa, that was weird. All Hasbro severed Deadpool heads.
That was for you, Mike. All right. Thanks, you guys. Have a good one. And I hope to see you guys soon. Peace.